Ready, family? How you doing? We're gonna do a movie review. I guess it's called a movie. I don't know. Might be also called a series. I really don't know. It's on Netflix. I don't. I don't know. But apparently everybody knows what Netflix is and everybody watches it. I don't know. I guess it's the new version of TV or something. I don't know. But I want to talk about, I guess it's a movie or a series, a series that was posted on Netflix. And it's called Lucifer. Let me see what the name of this movie is. I think it's called Lucifer. I think. Yes. So Lucifer. So Lucy. Lucy. What is Lucy? Lucy. Luci. Well, luz is the Spanish word, light, where we get, you see this Luc. In Italian, it's spelled Luca. It also means light. It's typically a woman's name. Lucia, for instance. Anyhow, so Lucifer is, well, I don't want to get into the etymology so much, but I just want to focus on the contemporary application of a definition and connotation that's attached to, a meaning of the word Lucifer. So in this case, Lucifer is the false light. It's the light, also referred to as the morning star, which is right there in the title, or at least the plot anyway. I'll come to that in a second. The morning star would be Venus. But it was also referred to as the evening star because it was in the nighttime that you could see Venus most clearly in the sky. Venus is a feminine daughter of the stars, or feminine planet. But it's not the light of the sun. It's not the light of the day. The light of the day, the light of the world, that which gives life. That's the sun, which comes in the day. We're talking about Lucifer, which is the false light, or rather the light that appears in the dark sky. Excuse me. There is a ton of mold. I'm really suffering now. I'm almost 4 months since I left my house. And the rainy season just started like a month ago. Not even a month ago. And there's already mold growing everywhere. It's wreaking havoc, really. It's no joke, living in a concrete box. Ugh. Anyhow, so back to this review of the movie Lucifer on Netflix. This is a copy and paste from the, description at the website where you can buy or rent the movie. It says, bored and unhappy as the Lord of Hell, I'm gonna asterisk this because I want to come back to that. So what is hell? All right, I'm not even going to go into the Scandinavian folklore and ancestor stories of the Vikings and the Helsinki and all this other. There's a very rich tradition and knowledge around that if you want to check into that yourself. But it goes on to say hell. So this bored and unhappy lord of hell, like the landlord, not the boss, not the one that's in charge of hell, but rather like the landlord of it, right? The one who has the permission to manage or lord over the space. All right, so just bear that in mind as we review the movie. So, bored and unhappy as the Lord of Hell, the original fallen angel, Lucifer Morningstar, that's the name of the main character of the plot of the movie. Lucifer Morningstar has resigned and retired to the city of angels. What is the city of angels? It's Los Angeles. Los Angeles. Those angels, the city of those angels. And just a whole nother video there about the wickedness that takes place in Los Angeles. So it says here in Los Angeles, Lucifer Morningstar teams up with an LAPD, Los Angeles Police Department, detective to solve crimes. And then it goes on to say about this character, whether it's a suppressed desire to punish the wicked or something deeper, the very thought that he could care about a human being disturbs this fallen angel. So this describes a time when the fallen angels are reaching out to us to say, look, we want to reestablish connection to source, and we want to do it through you. Boundaries. Remember that. Anyway, I'm just going to read from my notes real quick. I'm going to actually look at these notes that were taken from the website, and I'm going to explore them. So it says, whether it's a suppressed desire, like there's something I really want, but I feel shameful or whatever, fill in the blank, about not being able to say this desire out loud, to speak this desire out loud, right? It's rather something that I secretively covet, I secretively desire. So, so that creates the vulnerability, right? The door for Lucifer to walk into. In the sense that if you're in a state of desiring something and you feel shameful about it because you don't feel it's right or righteous or that you're supposed to have these desires, right? Creates this vulnerability, creates this space for this Lucifer, this Morningstar character, this light of the darkness. And that's fine, you know, darkness in the light requires the darkness to take a form, to have an experience. Nothing against the dark here. Not taking sides, just illustrating some stuff. So you'll notice that throughout the series, it's this moment where Lucifer will be looking at the person to find out what is their weakness, what is their suppressed desire. And then he punishes them for it. that's what it says here. Whether he's seeking the suppressed desire to punish the wicked. Well, now who's to say I'm wicked? Let's say there's one character in the movie he says it over and over again. He's always asking the people throughout the series, what is it that you really desire? And his eyes turn red, and so he's trying to find your back door, right? And he puts him in this mind control state where they just go into a phase and, spit out whatever their deepest desire is. And, the thing that they would never say if they were in control of their consciousness, if their subconscious remained below the consciousness, if it keeps suppressed, the subconscious. Anyhow, so it's in a way it's trying to bring to light and bring it out of suppression, this state of desire, this thing that you want, this whatever thing that makes you wicked. Now, I'm not going to split far hairs about it. I'm gonna be real clear in case we got anybody that wants to, split frog hairs, because I'm not here to do this. But, clearly, if you have a desire to, say, have sex with little children, then that needs to be brought to the surface, and there needs to be something done about that, right? I'm not saying that desire should be satiated. I'm not saying that desire should come to fruition, per se. And that's just my personal opinion. But I don't pretend to know the mind of God. But now, if your desire is one of the characters says in the movie, there's this guy in the movie, I don't remember which season it was, but I didn't watch the whole series, just a few. And he says his desire is to have a cat rescue facility. Well, I don't know. I'm not even going to talk about how I feel about cats in general, but let's just say he wants to save the life of the cat. Is that wicked? I don't know. Doesn't, compared to somebody who wants to have sex with a child. Not at all. But anyway, he's peering into the suppressed desires of the people, right? That's what he's doing here. And then it goes on to say whether it's a suppressed desire to punish the wicked or something deeper, meaning the deeper, the subconscious, the thing that we try to suppress, that is the subconscious, because it's the way that society is engineered and designed is so that we don't look into our subconscious, so that we don't explore our psyche. And just spit it out what we want, right? We act from the subconscious. So all the behaviors and the things that direct us in our life the subconscious is working to bring those to fruition. But then should you ever get someone to spit it out and say that, they wouldn't understand what you're talking about because they've never examined their own subconscious. They've never examined their psyche. They're not interested in psychology at all. That's the nature of the way that the culture is organized for that reason, right? And I don't remember where this phrase came from now, but I wrote it here because it says, bored and unhappy as the Lord of Hell, the original fallen angel Lucifer Morningstar has resigned and went to Los Angeles. So what is hell? And I don't remember. I'm sure this is the thing about it. Unless you're going through and taking notes out of every single thing you're reading, and so you can go back and reference it, you're probably not going to be able to reference the material by memory. But forgive me if my memory is not accurate on this, but I wrote the words here. Hell is repetition. Hell is like, what is hell, right? It's revolving around again and again. It's repeating. It's repetition. It's revolution. without any learning. Like, here's an example. If you've ever had your child, or maybe you as a child did it yourself, you stuck your hand in a fire after your mom and dad told you not to stick your hand in the fire because you'll get burnt. But you just need to figure out what that means to get burnt. So you have an interaction with the fire and you get burnt. And that's probably the only time you're ever going to put your hand in the fire again. Now, I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody, but for most, that would be the one and only time I need to get that feedback to know that I don't put my hand in the fire, that I don't play with the fire. But then there's other sort of mistakes, if you will, that people make in repetition again and again and again, and there's never any learning from it. And this is for a multitude of reasons. So be real clear, I'm not blaming anybody. I can't, and I just can't. It's not possible to blame. I can't pretend to know the mind of God. I can only make an observation that hell is repetition. Hell is repeating the same dysfunctional consciousness loop. It's running around the same rat maze again and again and again without any progression, without any evolution, just revolution without evolution. And that's hell. And yeah, I suppose, I'll say too that the crowd, things are more likely to revolve without learning or without evolving. Things are more likely to revolve without evolving in the dangerous crowd. And I can't think of a more perfect dangerous crowd than Los Angeles, California. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it at that's just my opinion. And then I'll just read the rest of my notes here. So now it's good to see that some of these movies or whatever they are coming right out and just delivering it in such a direct manner as to say you don't even have to like have an inquisitive mind, do you? Really? You don't even have to, you can see it. It's right there. And series after series after series, it keeps repeating again and again and again. He's like, he looks into the eyes of the person he's investigating or considering might play some part in this solving of the crimes, which in and of itself is a ridiculous notion that the LAPD would ever be concerned about solving crimes. The LAPD is just a fusion center of clones and hijacked human consciousness, of RoboCops, of machines without any human compassion. That's the last time I checked. Now, I haven't been there, back there. I haven't been there in a while, but that's typically what they're renowned for. The LAPD does not have a good reputation, and they are certainly not at all concerned with solving crimes. Not at all. That's a really dark place. And if you wanted to solve crimes, you could do that. But it's let's just say it's a city of fallen angels. They're interested in revolving and just revolving down into exploring the depths of depravity. But it's getting more obvious now, isn't it, family? All right. I mean, this stuff's been in movies since movies were created, but they've been kind of obscure and like subtle. The directors were very subtle about plugging things in, right? And now it's just right there in your face. So I'll close this with the general caveat or postscript that I would, include with regards to watching movies and television programming and all forms of cursed. That's what the X is. Twitter, you're cursed. Netflix, you're cursed. Anytime you see an X, that's what that means. To X you out, to kill you, to murder your soul. Well, not that the soul can be murdered, but it gets shatters and traumatizes in this way, picks at the soul to separate the shards of light so that your psyche can be shattered, so that you are no longer potent and powerful in that which you seek to do, to execute your soul contract, let's say, for instance. But rather, you're divided and conquered and being preyed upon. So remember this, especially when we are watching movies and television programs, Hollyweird, I call it that for a good reason. Funny enough, it's based right there in Los Angeles. What a coincidence. That, here, I'm just going to say it. Because what's ever projected into the mind's eye, right? What's ever projected into, what's here? You can close your eyes and you can picture a limitless number of things in your mind, couldn't you? Depending on what's in your mind, right? What's on your heart? What's your desire? What is it that you really want? Whatever, right? And you can daydream about butterflies and puppy dogs, or you can whatever, fill in the blank. But what my point is that you don't need your eyeballs, the cameras, which take a picture of the reality to bring back. You can close your eyeballs, turn off your camera for a second, and just bring your attention to your mind's eye, your third eye, your Eye of Horus. Here we go. The seed and seat of all that we co-create in this world is our Eye of Horus, our pineal gland. If it is seen there first, it will manifest in the physical for our eyeballs to take a picture of it. The pineal gland, the Eye of Horus, the third eye, the mind's eye, is a sacred and powerful tool. It is to be wielded with reverence, humility, honor, clarity, and in our own unique, beautiful way, sans or without the agendas or perceptions of others. It's good to always be vigilant about what's being projected into our imaginations, because whatever is being projected into our imaginations, we will create. We, the humans that are here by way of birthright, we came through the birth canal, we are the ones that are connected to the spirit. We are the ones that have the Great Spirit's permission to be here. We are the ones that are the co-creators. So, just bear that in mind. Whatever's being projected at you, that's something trying to dictate the narrative. That's something trying to control the reality that you create. All right? I'm going to leave that with you, family. We'll see you later. Ciao for now.